Heyo, this is EonShikeno. We've got game number 2 here between EmpireKas as a red Terran player. In the top right side of Shakuro's plateau, his opponent is going to be Puma from Clan Evil Geniuses. One thing, last game, I don't know if you guys look at the stats or whatever I throw up, but at the very end, Kas was only behind Puma in resources lost by like 200 minerals out of like 22,000 or whatever. It was insane how cost effective Kas was with his Marauders. Usually it's the other way around, and the mech player is the one who has to be super cost effective. But Kas was, I was just amazed at how close that number was. I was like, what? So Kas with some pretty good TvT on that last map. This map I think is a little bit more friendly to mech play. There's not as many places that you can kind of sneak in, bio. On the last map, there's like a big open area where you could engage the third. This one, they have 2 choke points. They've got this area here, which is kind of back towards their base, and this open area, which is like extremely small, like 3 tank shots will just incinerate whatever's there. So this map a little bit more friendly towards Terran. And what do we got here from Kas? There's a barracks on the high ground. Okay, there's a refinery. I wonder if he's going to drop this to low ground or just hide it just for, just for kicks. He might throw a tech lab on there and make a Reaper, and faster for a Reaper to run down this way than to run way down here like a Marine would. So maybe he's going to do that, throw it down there. Gas is finished. Excuse me. And I'm kind of expecting a Reaper out of Kas this game. As far as EGPuMa is concerned, he just now finished, I think that was, he just finished his gas there, so his gas is up and going. And his barracks is a little bit later. We see here Kas is already done. There's that tech lab on that barracks. We're probably going to see Reapers coming out of there, and he's going to start walling off that supply depot. And look at this, Kas even checking for proxy barracks. He doesn't want to lose to some type of cheese, and I love that. I love when players, excessively scout with like a unit or anything in particular in the game. So orbital command finishing for Kas, and he's going to start dropping some mules because that's what Terran players do. Terran players love their mules, and this command center from Puma is a little bit late, but look at this, a second gas on the way in a factory hidden over here on the right side. If that Reaper does decide to come up, they can only come up this direction over here or this side over here, just because this area here is a double layer jump and they can't do that, or Colossus can't do that either. But over here on the left, we're going to have a Marine run into an SCV, and who's going to win this fight? It looks like the Marine's going to win. Kas is forced to pull his SCV back, and he didn't even see anything in there. He's just all he is aware of is the one Marine. And so look at this. Oh, I love these. He's sneaking the Reaper around the Marine there, and he's just baiting him out. I was like, all right, you can take care of that. You're not going to catch my SCV. I'm just going to run around you and then sneak inside the base there. There's no Marines here to get to deal with it. And, oh, wow, I love it. I love it. He just went right around that. He had vision in this Zelnaga tower. And this Reaper's going to get in here and just have a free look-see over the entire base. At the same time, the SCV's going to get up in the front. He's going to see this command center from Kas. But here we have the Reaper in the main. He's going to get any kills. There's one Marine in there. And he's pulling some SCVs, smart move there. If you're going to lose some SCVs, you might as well go down fighting. And he could actually get this Reaper out of here alive and probably sneak off with 1 kill. He's going to get 1 Reaper for sure, yep. And even a second one. And he's going to scout the tech lab. Oh, he scouts the factory, the tech lab on the starport. So this has just been such a money. And you can't jump down there, Kas. Yeah. That's a little too far to jump for Reapers. And the tech lab. I'm not sure if he saw that or not, the research. Yeah, he did see it. You can see the little bubbles going in there, or whatever the hell that is. And he's not canceling it, so it wasn't a fake out. Puma going to go for the fast Banshee with Cloak, and Kas knows this is coming if he was at least paying attention to that. He got a couple kills there. I think he killed, what was that, like 3 workers, and then the one came up to the front. Yeah, this guy killed that SCV that went up to the front of his base. So Kas is in a great position. He's got his extra command center up. He's putting up a bunker. As long as he just deals with this Banshee harass, which he should know is coming, he is in such a good position. If I had to pick between being one of these 2 players, it would definitely be Kas, because he just set up so well for this. Saw everything, killed workers, and it's just, that's essentially the ideal solution, or not ideal solution, ideal situation you want to be in. You want to be in a macro lead. You want to know exactly what your opponent is doing if he's going to go for some type of tech play. Because then you can easily deal with their tech play just by making a couple alterations and throwing up some different unit, or just throwing up some missile turrets his engineering bay is going to be a little bit late here. He doesn't have enough for a scan on either of his buildings, and now he's going to be able to start a missile turret, but that is just a little too late, and this Banshee is going to get in here and start to rack up some kills. So unfortunately, Kas was just not ready for this timing. A little bit too late, and this Banshee's just racking up the kills. Look at that. Now he's got Cloak done. He doesn't have enough for a scan. He's got it in like 3 seconds. The Banshee already has 3 kills, so even so far between the Reaper and this Banshee, we need to watch out for that scan. That Banshee can take so much damage from this many Marines here. They do have combat shields, so that's going to require 3 attacks there from that Banshee instead of the normal 2. Calling down some mules like it ain't no thing. He's got both his missile turrets up here on the right and left, so he's got plenty of vision here to deal with that. And Puma not accomplishing too much besides the 6 kills with this, and I think he needs more considering how big of an advantage we have. A big attack here, not big attack, a second attack coming from some Banshees down at the bottom. Let's see if Puma can micro these Banshees effectively. So this one at the top is really low. He's going to force to pull that one back. This guy's going to sneak in here in between both that missile turret and that bunker, and he's going to get a couple SCV kills. 2 down so far, kind of wiggling right here, but he got a little too close there, and now he's still in vision. He's going to lose it. Oh my god. So bad. So even though Kas got up that missile turret a little bit too late here at the top, he has managed to deal with that yet. Still pretty good. Now the second one even more so. Only losing 2 SCVs to that. And the worker count should be in his favor. 34 versus 31. And also he's got that extra orbital out. So he's got, or not extra, now that Puma has his orbital out, he's caught up. But for a while there he had his orbital out. So he mined a lot of extra minerals until Puma finally caught up. And that all that stuff adds up. So what do we got being added on here for Kas? Finally adding in that second gas there at his main. That's a very late second gas. I mean, I understand the reason for it, but it just seems like late in general compared to other different builds. And it's like 9-minute and 50-second gas. So we're going to see another command center go down here for Kas, and he's going to transition, as we saw last game, into just bio with medevacs. Going to swap that over there. Down here over in Puma world, what is he doing? He's got a medevac. Maybe going to go in there and look for some, just going to go do some scouting. He doesn't have anything in there, so, I mean, I love people just scouting with medevacs that don't have anything in it. I mean, medevacs are great for scouting. I mean, they're like observers, but they're not invisible. So, if you know your opponent, excuse me, doesn't have that much AA, and you can just kind of fly around the edge of their base looking for any tech, I mean, why not? And if you're not going to do anything else with it, why not just be as effective as possible with all your units? A scan goes down, he sees all the mech. So now he's completely worried. He even sees the switch into the reactor. He sees another tech lab. He sees the researching going on over here. Kas sees everything. Kas is he's got like just ridiculous amount of knowledge this game, just from the amount of scanning. His scouting has just been great this game, and he just has everything he needs. This is everything you need to deal with a game of Starcraft. It's just pick a good solid build order and just scout your opponent like crazy. You see everything that's going to go on. And he's heading out to push right now. He's got a pretty sizable force of Marines. And he's going to get slaughtered if he tries to go up this front here. The only thing I could really see him accomplishing is maybe go for a 2-prong attack. But even still, there's a lot of Hellions and tanks in the middle. Actually, those Hellions were moved over from here. But one Marine hanging over here. And I liked this. Barracks was actually scouting. I thought it was a command center for a second. Nope, extra command center yet. I think this would be the smarter place to put a third for Puma. Down here is just a little bit too out of the way. Unless he, throws down some tanks. But this is just kind of hard to get to with mech unless you take this out. But then it's like, well, if you're going to take this out, why not just take this one? This one seems more like a natural fourth than a third if you're going to go mech. So Kas just, going around scouting, spreading out some Marines. I like the Marine spread he's got going on. And Puma's got one Hellion here, looking out for a 4th base. The 3rd is up for Kas, and that Hellion's going to pay the price. He did get one shot off there with a blue flame, but quickly being healed up by those medevacs. Kas supply blocked there for a little bit. Still supply blocked. It's going to be a while till he's on supply blocked. Those supply depots were going there for a while, but he's taken the opportunity to build a lot more barracks and also upgrade some tech labs, so it actually didn't affect him too much. He's building 2 tanks. Actually, he's building 4 supply depots now. He really doesn't want to get supply blocked again. So he's going to have a lot of barracks coming up here. What is that? 8 barracks, pumping out 2 medevacs at a time. He's got the factory up and going. And he's got double engineering upgrades somewhere. He has 2, I see. Yep, here they go. Both upgrades on the way, and even going to move that barracks over here to make some more Marauders and another tech lab. Kas seems to go really really Marauder heavy in this in this build versus mech. We saw last game he got like 6 or 7 barracks with tech lab, and that seems to be what he's going with here. 3, 4, 5, maybe 6th one here, and then 2 with reactor. It just seems to be the type of composition he likes to go with for this game. And that tank could get a huge hitter on those Marines. Oh, took a lot of damage up there in the front and didn't lose any Marines there, but those guys got extremely close. Look at that. Those guys are really low there. And this barracks does manage to get saved. One more sensor tower, or actually the first sensor tower going to go for PUMA this game. He had really nice sensor tower placement last game, and we'll probably see him repeat that in this game. I think that's next best spot for a sensor tower, probably up here somewhere. Maybe if we're in this position back a little bit so it's not so close to the front, but somewhere you can keep an eye on this vision of units traveling here through the middle. And of course units just coming from the top trying to flank you. More barracks being placed for KAS, and this is just turning into a macro game if I've ever seen one, and that's a lot of Hellions. +1 seems a little late with his mech. Anyways, he's got some tanks heading out. Let's check the unit count while we're on here. 11 tanks, 3 Vikings, 2 Marines, 1 Raven, 2 Banshees, 21 Hellions. And KAS, oh no, do not go to that position, KAS. You do not want to be there. Not to mention, PUMA has got the Zelnaga Tower, which provides more than enough vision so he can shoot to the maximum range of his tanks, which obviously tanks do not shoot to their maximum range because they don't see that far, unfortunately. So KAS kind of getting in army position up here at the top. And having some reinforcements over here on the right. Last game we saw him go with a lot of 2-prong attacks. This game maybe going to go for the exact same thing, but he can't get too close there. We saw that one tank edge of his vision there getting that first shot off. Interesting place for a Marine here. I guess this is just going to try and catch some drops or something like that. No really other reason to keep an eye on this part of the ground. Second sensor tower going to go up, and is it exactly? Nope, he has it a little bit farther out. PUMA, a little bit more brazen than I am. Going to go push that sensor tower out just a little bit, but he's got siege tanks, so I can understand that. 4th base now up for KAS, and he's going to go for a 2-prong attack. The scan goes down. He's gauging whether or not he wants to go in with this attack. He's spreading out his units, and he's getting ready for it. He's coming in from the right. He's coming in from the left. Big attack here from KAS, and is he going to have enough? He throws in point defense drone, which is nice, and KAS is just getting vaporized. Everything in the top is dead. The medevacs and just like 4 Marauders run away on the right side. He lost everything. Didn't or barely even touch this orbital command, and that was a huge failure for KAS. It didn't look anything like last game. And the thing was, like, right there, PUMA was so close to being maxed out that they were essentially on the exact same supplies. Let's check the worker count while PUMA just goes in here and seems to kill off the rest of his forces. So yeah, so PUMA even had a larger army supply considering the number of workers, considering if they were both maxed. So that fight favored PUMA, considering his position, those 2 choke points, and just the fact that, oh my god, losing all these medevacs from the Vikings up here at the top. Probably going to cut off these guys on the left. Nope, he's going to back up. But the Vikings, they smell it. They're spreading out the Vikings. He's going to go look for it. Nope, those guys are going to get away. But anyways, PUMA had an amazing position there. Almost, I would say, even better army supply than KAS. And so KAS was just, unfortunately, didn't get to trade very much. And that's something we saw last game is we saw KAS do a lot of trading. He initiated so many fights that previous game. He had like 5 or 6 different individual fights before the very last final one. So he had a lot of opportunities to trade efficiently versus mech. And in this situation where we got some heli. Oh my god! Oh my god! How many did he kill there? That was just ridiculous. Oh, I mean, that isn't even lining up. That's stacking him up. KAS was stacking him up for PUMA. Here we have, he's just going to push in the tanks with the Hellions. It doesn't even matter. He's got so much units here. He's got so many tanks in the back. But, I mean, that was kind of a bad engagement from PUMA, but it doesn't even really matter. He's got the point defense drones. As soon as he's got enough energy, he can just continue to push in here. He's got cloaked Banshees. KAS has no AA. He's got, like, a Marine. That's all his AA. And this is just a slow death for KAS. He's going to continue to clean up. One Marauder here. The savior of KAS is going to continue to kill some units. Nope, tank's going to show up. Going to finish off the rest of that. Medevac flown into his death. Another stack of Hellions going to... Oh my god, he's going to start toasting some more SCVs. And just putting on a good show for us here at the end of this game. Taking out a couple mules. There we go, lining them up. Right here, good shot there. And just continuing to finish off the rest of the SCVs. And there's the GG from KAS. And PUMA is going to take game number 2. And it's going to tie us up 1-1. And I just want to talk about this once more. The difference between this game and last game, like the builds seem to be almost identical, except for the fact that, I mean, they went to Cloak Banshee, but, you know, really didn't accomplish that much, is the fact that Cass didn't have the opportunity to trade armies for armies throughout the whole game consistently, whereas last game he engaged in a bunch of fights, traded armies, kept that tank count down, and kept his production up so he could always have a macro lead. You could always have more supply, and he waited a little bit too long. But this map, like I said, is really mech favorite if you're going to go against Bio, and Puma played it, you know, pretty much perfectly. He just sat there, waited for he got up on 3 bases, got 200 supply, and Cass was like, I think I should attack because it's too late now. And so that's the way the game went. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We have to move on to our ace match game number 3 coming up next.